It gets absolutely that silly. The fish are really hungry, they're competing for food all the time. Ideal situation for your fishing. There's a little tip: if you find that you're putting your ball of pellet on your feeder and you're getting lots of this situation whereby the indicator's bibbing up and down, and you're not actually getting a screaming run, and there's a little trick which I use, and that is to get a smaller ball of pellet and just wrap it around your hook bait. So in actual fact what you're doing is you're casting like a tandem method really. You've got your method ball up there like that, and you've got this little ball of pellet down here. Stop it. The fish come in, it's a smaller ball, it's breaking down a bit quicker, but right in the middle of it is your actual hook bait. Instead of being on the outside of the big ball, which they're taking longer to break away, it's in the middle there. It's probably two or three mouthfuls for a fish of the size that we're after now, doubles. Pick it up, job's done, bait's in there, no problem. What's left on your feeder is going to come off into the area where you're fishing anyway, so it's not wasted bait at all. I mean, a lot of people say, well, why don't you just put a little bit round the hook? Well, you could, yeah, but then you're not going to create that same feeding situation by introducing little bits like that as if you were as you are when you're introducing big balls of bait. That once that's out of the way, either in a fish or you wind it back, you still got all that lot that's on the bottom, and your fish is on the end of that little bit there. You certainly don't like it up them. Babies or not. Oh yeah, that's a double penny, that one. You're croaking. You're croaking, are you? Bless. There. Look at that, look. 30 of the future, Len. 30 of the future. Bless it. And I'm not going to kiss you, just in case Joe gets jealous. Now we'll touch briefly on the method feeder. Richworth, as you probably know, were in the forefront of method feeders, the development of, and for me basically it's all I use as a method feeder. There's no gimmicks to it or anything like that. I just take the centre tube out, put my leader through, tie on the hook link, and it's as simple as that. It's a 3-vein feeder. Once it's full of pellet and stuff, if the bait is down underneath, when the fish are rolling the bait, it only needs to just roll that feeder once to expose the bait either way. So it's a dead simple method. You can use it with lead core. You can use it with a nylon leader, which I do. I mean, both the rods are set up differently. One has got lead core, one has got nylon. Always make sure when you are setting them up is that your hook or your knot from your main line to either your lead core or your nylon leader will go pass safely through the hole in the middle. A lot of people don't even bother. They just wang it on there. They've got bits of tubing, bits of this, bits of that, and the feeder there is fixed. If you happen to break one off, which can happen, you get a crack off when you're casting it, because it weighs quite a bit when you're whopping a ball of that out there. You get a crack off. If that's going to be stuck there, then you've got a fish towing round a feeder, gets tethered, and you've got dead fish. So always check. Always take that piece of plastic out the middle and make sure that feeder goes over any knots that I've got on the line. It's as easy as that. Just to top your swim up a little bit, a few balls, hello, a few balls of loose pellet. We've got one down here that wants it desperately. He's going to have it in a minute, bless him. Trying for it. Come on in, baby. This one here I've put down the marginal shelf. There's been a fair few fish just rolling just down it. There's a couple of nice little clean spots down there just before it hits the weed. And yeah, fish rolling out there, I just balled the bait. They're certainly hungry for it. They're not whacking big fish at the moment, but you never know. One of the big ones might come in, and then it'd be all whooping again. Come on then, come on then. You really want it. You really want this. See how they're knocking that feeder around all the time. You've really got to show a bit of control if that's at all possible. Certainly gets you going. Well, here we go on the other one now. Look, rod tops are twanging all the time. It's fish moving in over the pellet. Multiple amounts of fish, all competing for food, which is what the feeder is designed to do. It's designed to make fish compete for food. Look at them out there. Look, they're having it. Bless them. It's just a matter of one getting that end ball off, and it'll be up to the top and flying. Fingers crossed. Bless them. It's amazing what 2 or 3 extra balls of bait in the swim will do to switch them on. It's when you get the situation whereby they're out there and the whole water is absolutely heaving, and you know when you've really got them switched on is when they're attacking the feeder on the way down. I mean, in 10 feet of water you should be able to feel that they're hitting it as it's going down. He really wants it, this one, but he's having to work for it a bit. Look at this lot out here. Look at this rod top. Look, he wants it. Go on, my son, make a meal of it. It's a bit like bream fishing. You put an open-ended feeder out for bream, and the rod top is pinging and twinging all over. And you see all the good bream fishermen, they don't strike until that reel's either back winding or it's right up to the top and hard. Go on then, my son, you aren't there yet. Just pushing that feeder around, giving you that little bit more. That's the one. That's the one we're waiting for. When that rod top really gets round serious, he's up to the top, and he's ours, all ours. Love him. So they're only small, but they're fun fish. He's actually towing the method feeder with still the ball on it, and he's picked up the small one at the other end on the hook link. He's been more interested in that than he has banging that hard pellet off the feeder. Love him, look. And it's just been his downfall. Hey? I get great enjoyment out of catching carp, whether they're big ones or whether they're small ones, it doesn't matter, as long as they're carp. Now look at that, look, splendid. I just pop him on the unhooking mat, and then you can see exactly what that method ball's all about. Now you can see here that I've still got a full method feeder full of pellet. What the little one, what he's done now, he's coming onto the hook bait pellet, and he's picked that up. He's probably had goes at this, but thought to himself, right, there's a little one there, I'll have that. And that's what he's done. That's been his downfall. We've tricked him. He's only a little tiny fish, bless him. It's probably 4 or 5 pound, but I could catch them all day long. They don't necessarily have to be whacking great big things for me. I likes a little fish, I likes a scrap, I likes a carp. Bless them.